Hey you guys, PGD here. I'm back for part 2 of the Black Friday Get This Not That. I clearly see I have way too many things over here to even, I'm looking at my battery, it's down to 29 minutes. I'm going to try and do this as a speed round. Sorry. This is what happens when I don't film for a long time. And then I have tons of things to talk about and I want to talk about them in depth. But at the same time, I'm trying to get this out so you can have, you know, a little feedback before Black Friday. Let me talk about some things that I know are kind of hot topics. Pattern beauty. So I got the trial size kit all right, of Pattern. Sorry, you can't even see that, but it's a nice little zip case that it came in, so I like that. The leave-in conditioner is what it came with. It also came with the hydration shampoo and the heavy conditioner for coilies. They didn't have the intense one as a trial kit, not that I saw, at least, and I picked it up from Ulta. No. The only thing for me that is salvageable from the Pattern Beauty line, and again, I'm trying to do this as like a quick fire round, is the leave-in. The leave-in, because it actually, not on my list of favorite leave-ins though. So this was not in my previous video when I referenced you would see all 4 of my favorite leave-ins. This is not one of them. This just happens to be another leave-in that I'm talking about. And it was fine. It just is not on the best of list at all. But so let me just show you the consistency of the leave-in. So you can get up. Okay, that's got sucked back in. So it looks like this. As you can see, it's not running down my hand. Rub it around. It's creamy. I like it in the sense that it absorbs into my hair. The scent is kind of, if you even want to say floral, not a heavy floral, I can definitely deal with this scent. It smells fine and nice to me. Yeah, maybe even almost a little sweet in there too. So yeah, not a bad scent at all. I like the scent. The sample or trial size, I should say, gives you 3 ounces. It says it's supposed to define and moisturize. I don't know about the definition part. I really didn't see that. But in terms of moisture, yes, it definitely left my hair more moisturized than most leave-ins do. Not my favorites. Now we're just talking about regular leave-ins that I would typically use or ones I have experienced in the past. So on a scale of 1 to 10 being the most moisturized for a leave-in, just it on its own, not coupling it with other things on top, this product alone would leave me at like a 7. It's not bad. That's respectable. I like it. I may even say 7.5. It's fine. It's fine, but it is not worth the repurchase for me. So I will be able to use up this tube and not be mad about it, but I'm certainly not going back in for anything else from Pattern. I know I'm using the heavy line when they have the one that's intense, and maybe potentially the intense one is better aligned with my hair, but I don't know that I want to chance that. I don't know. I'm just not moved. I like the packaging though, but let me just show you this right now is the, I'm trying to squeeze out some that I can show you. The packaging is like that thick plastic, but it is flexible enough that I can do some squeezing. Sorry about that. This is not turning out to be a quick fire round. I've already spent 3 minutes on this segment, I think. But anyway, right here, so that is the conditioner. As you can see, not the kind of thing that's like disappearing into my skin. It's right there. And similarly, I felt like it was kind of hanging out on top of my hair, never really going in, never really doing anything. And when I washed it out, it just felt like it's not the type of conditioner where I was like able to even put my fingers through it like, oh, at least I can detangle. Nope, it was just this thing that sat on my hair. Don't like it. Will not purchase the heavy one again. But it's also not that it was like the worst thing I've ever used. So I'm not putting that on it. It's just, it was certainly not worth my repeat coin. Then we have the shampoo, which was like any typical shampoo. So this says that it will cleanse and hydrate. Yes, my hair felt cleansed. Hydrated? No, I'm going to pause on that. It didn't necessarily feel hydrated, but it felt clean. That's fine. Lots of shampoos clean. It cleansed my hair. I was happy about that it got, you know, it felt like it got stuff out, but I felt like it clumped my hair way too much. Now, it's not that I'm opposed to a clumping shampoo. We're going to talk about one in a few seconds. I hope I get to that in a few seconds that can clump, because have you ever used those shampoos where it forces your hair almost into sections, like you're cleaning it and it's like, okay, we're going to make this one stick together as one pile and you can't move your fingers to move through it to kind of detangle as you're shampooing and getting the product out. It was one of those. This one was like that, but to the degree where it felt like I could potentially pop strands. Whereas the other one I'm going to tell you about, it also felt so moisturized. Because remember, I am not giving it credit for giving me hydration. So it clumped and it didn't feel like it was adding moisture. So that's what made it feel like my hair could snap, crackle, and pop at any second. Whereas the other one I'm going to show you gave me lots of moisture. So even though it immediately tried to clump my hair, I was, and what am I talking about without showing you the other one? But I'll get to that in a second. So what I'm saying about this particular product is it was not hydrating for me. And because it was not hydrating and it was clumping, it just made it more difficult to use. It wasn't as easy as some other shampoos to use, but it did cleanse my hair. So for what it's worth, did it clean my hair and scalp? It did. Will I buy it again? Absolutely not. All right, there we go. So let me talk about the other shampoo that I was just referencing. The only thing I can say about this is the packaging is a no-go. I don't know why they package it this way, but this is from Soultanicals. Always have an amazing sale. They have great sales throughout the year, but they always have great Black Friday sales. So if you want to support Soultanicals, this is a shampoo from them that I do like. It's called a clarifying. So keep that in mind, right? This is clarifying hair and scalp poo right here. The reason I'm not a fan of the packaging and where I had it sitting, it's less congealed than it was previously, which is good. So you may want to have this, I don't want to say in a hot location, certainly don't do that, but in a location where it's not going to be so cool, because the cooler this is, the more it just congeals and it's too thick to come through this spout, which is why when I first got this product and opened it up, I just have to tell you about this. First of all, its base is a black soap based product. It first of all starts off with water, so that's the first ingredient. But what is right up here at the top, which again is one of those things where the label is like ripping apart when you're using it in shower, but black soap, and you can just take the lid off and kind of smell it and look at the appearance of it and see like it's a black soap thing. Though she did try to fix the scent of like, because some black soaps smell like really harsh, even the ones for your hair, but this one does not. It just has, you can smell the black soap in there, but then a little something else is mixed in there to kind of level it out and give you a more pleasant experience. But because this black soap, when I first got it, I was trying to put it through. Okay, see how that just moved into the two-piece right here easily? It did not do that when I first got it, because I actually used it the first day it was delivered and it was cold. Not cold, but you know, in shipping, you know, whatever, and it was sitting there. So, and I'm sure it was in the truck all day, whatever. It was so thick I could not get it through the spout. So then when I unscrewed it, I saw that it was like chunks. I was literally able to chunk apart and hold it as like a glob in my hand of the shampoo, which is why it was not great to be in this spout. But the effects of the shampoo, and I can show you some of it now because I can see it's much thinner now, but still, even with it being thinner, look how long it's taking to squeeze out. See that? It's almost like it's coming out like molasses, right? So that's why I don't love the packaging of this, but the product itself, my hair feels really moisturized. It just feels like it's really hydrated. However, because also think of the black soap aspect, right? So it may feel really moisturized, but it does that clumping thing in sections. But because it's so moisturized, I can kind of still stand under the water and break those sections apart, so it's not as clumped. And then I am able to do kind of my detangling and like getting excess or strands that should be removed from my hair out, those loose strands, and I can work it better because it has that hydration. So that's why it's certainly superior to that shampoo from Pattern. But look at it, it's sliding down my hand. This is what it looks like. But yeah, I like this shampoo, but I do have a good amount of it, and it's a clarifying one. My hair definitely feels like really clean but not stripped. So if you're looking for a clarifying shampoo that is not going to strip your hair, you may want to start here and try this. And this is what it says: ACV clarifying product, anti-frizz cuticle vitalizer is what it says on the label. ACV, but it's a black soap based shampoo. I do like it, but this is not the thing you're going to use every week when you're shampooing or something. But you know, if you're looking for a nice clarifier, you may want to start here. One of my favorite clarifiers. Okay, so that's that from Soultanicals, and again, they have good sales, so you may want to support. The other thing, oh, now I feel like I at least have to get to the products that I told you in my last video would be like favorites that I wanted to talk to you about. So also from Soultanicals, one of my favorite leave-ins. This one may actually be the number one. There's another one that's close behind, but I think this one may, they're neck and neck almost. But Soultanicals, I originally bought it in this little size. It is their Frizz Wiz Curl Defining Leave-In. Ashkin Curls actually has a full length review on that, so certainly head over to her YouTube channel and yes, I'm piggybacking off of Ashkin's review, so because I know I'm like crunch for time right here too, but here are the ingredients. This is why I like this one. Really slides into my Slippery Elm is another product that does well by my hair typically. So anyway, slides into my hair really well, absorbs. It's like it becomes a part of my hair. I like how it feels silky even when it's in it. I can use a brush. I have a Denman. I can use that. It helps me to detangle beautifully. It's a really just kind of, let me show you. So I went and got the salon size, right? That shows you that I actually like it. Let me try and squeeze some out. Okay, this is what it looks like. As you can see, it's not sliding down my hand, but especially when my hair is wet, look at that. Just like how, maybe you can't see, it's just based on me feeling it, but it just goes into my hair beautifully. It really absorbs it and it feels silky and soft. The moisture on, let's say I didn't follow up with a moisturizer, this can take me through the next day of like going to work and coming back home at the end of the day. Now day 2, I'm definitely gonna have to put something on, a refresher, revitalize or whatever. This is not gonna carry me through the whole week on just my hair feeling moisturized off of that. But the fact that you can carry me through a full day after I washed it the night before, you are a leave-in that is like love. Now in terms of the scent, it smells, I mean, middle of the line, nothing in particular. It's not like it smells one way or another either way. It's just, it's fine. It doesn't smell like fresh, like the one of those clean scents like the ocean, but it smells light, whatever it is. It's a light scent and it's pleasant. It's just not, it's not fruity. It's not, you know, floral. It's just a middle of the lane scent. So if you're a person who is not really fond of scented things, I think you would be fine with this because it's so almost neutral, if you will. So, but I like the product very much on my hair. Definitely going neck and neck for what is my favorite leave-in of all time. That is, I feel like, because I bought that in salon size, right? But then the other one doesn't come in salon size, which I'm about to show you right now, but it is, they're neck and neck. I may give the edge out to Soultanicals Frizz Wiz just because of how long my hair can go without it needing extra moisture. You know, that whole next day is a benefit to me. And that's without anything else being placed on top of it, because if I do place the right thing on top of it, or it can really take me to like level 10 in terms of moisture hair, and I think it's because that is such a wonderful foundation. So on its own, as a leave-in, I keep wanting to call it a moisturizer, but as a leave-in on its own, I can say that brings me level 9, 9.5. Why not give the 10? 9, 9.5. The only reason I probably wouldn't give it a 10, and this is not based on performance, is because of the scent. If it had like an amazing scent, that would probably be a 10 for me, or 9.5, 10, right? Between those two. So my other favorite leave-in, and this may shock some people because it definitely, I'm trying to, because I ordered more, so it's wrapped up. This is not a brand that I typically have most success with, but this particular line, which is actually, and I'm talking about the whole line. Right now, I'm just going to talk to you specifically about the leave-in, but the whole line is probably the thing I like most from them, and it's the least expensive from them. Hold your breath now. This is from Curls. Okay? I'm not used to Curls like doing it for me, but their Poppin' Pineapple Collection, the leave-in. Have you tried this leave-in? First of all, the scent smells delicious. It smells almost like a lower version of a pineapple now and later, kind of. It's along that line, right? So yeah, so it smells good. Let me just show you just by taking some of this out from the top. Almost similar, as you can see. Even this one, oh, that one actually almost looks like it became more. Look at that. Like it absorbed a bit more even than the Soultanicals one. But technically when I put them both on my hair, they both feel like they're doing very much the same thing. The thing I love about this, not only can it also, like the Soultanicals one, this is why I told you these two are kind of neck and neck, is that this one can also get me through that whole next day. It does feel a little heavier on my hair than the Soultanicals one. which is why I'm like, this one is really just a smidgen underneath what I could call a moisturizer. Like if they had done a few more things to this, I would have been like, oh, this is a moisturizer, not a leave-in, but it is a moisturizing leave-in. Really like this. I would recommend getting this, and I believe this is like $9.99. I think like everything from her Poppin' Pineapple line is around that $9, $10 range, and this is like, in my opinion, some of her best work. So hopefully she has a really great sale, even though I'm not sure that I would necessarily get more, because I do have, and I have more of the leave-in because there were some other sales she had during the year. And this is why I got these leave-ins, and they're all still packaged up because I have another one I'm working through right now, which is someplace else, which is why I didn't show you that one. But yeah, so this is a really amazing thing. I'm sorry, I know I'm not showing ingredients right now, but here we go for the Poppin' Pineapple leave-in. Has aloe juice in it, and yes, silk amino acids. My hair just feels moisturized, and that Denman brush just can kind of glide through my hair when I have this, and I have that Sotanicals one. So have you seen all of my favorite leave-ins thus far? We went through the, yep, you have all four. In my last video, you saw the one from Miche. You also saw the Prickly Pear one from the Main Choice. In this video, you get the Sotanicals Frizz Wiz, and you have the Poppin' Pineapple from Curls, their leave-in. Really, really nice. Those are my 4 top leave-ins of all time. I've never used a leave-in that's better than any of those 4. Everything else pales in comparison. So, oh, okay, this is another thing from the Poppin' Pineapple collection. It's the So Clean Curl Wash. This is like their shampoo. It cleanses my hair. It has that same pineapple scent. That same scent just carries through the whole line, so I'm not going to describe it for each bottle. Same scent. It allows me to cleanse my hair. It feels really clean afterward. It also leaves it soft, because I've also done the thing where I wash my hair with this as the shampoo, and then I've left the shower just to kind of towel dry and see how it feels. Feels really soft. Cotton ball soft, but not like prickly cotton ball soft, just like soft, like cloud-like soft. So I do like this shampoo, and again, I love when things give me a great foundation to move on to the next step. So this is one that leaves my hair not only feeling soft though, but let me also say moisturized. Not as moisturized as, I'm going to show you another shampoo. I'm sorry, I feel like I'm jumping around. Relax for lately. Hello, I can charge this as I'm still talking. Pause. One sec. Okay, I'm back, and I'm charging while I'm talking. So why was I restricting myself to the battery life when I could just charge as I'm recording? Now I feel calmer, but it's still a lot of stuff to get through, so I'm still going to try to do this as rapid fire. But yes, this is a very nice moisturizing, I'm going to say moisturizing, but not the most moisturizing shampoo I've ever used, but it is a nice moisturizing shampoo. Again, I like this entire Poppin' Pineapple collection, even the hair gel, which I thought I brought in here. Maybe I didn't, but there is a hair gel from this line. I thought I brought it here, but maybe I'll pause that later and go and get that. But even the gel is a nice gel. Not my favorite gel in the world, but it's a nice gel. It's a good gel. When I finish that jar, I mean, I have other gels that I feel closer to, that I have a better relationship with, but it's good. It's a good, solid, basic kind of gel where it will define your hair, won't leave it crispy. It works well with other products underneath it, whether it be moisturizer or leave-in. So I like that. I like the flexibility of using different products and not have to stick to a particular line. So in general, the Poppin' Pineapple collection from Curls, I think, is a winner. Anything from that collection that you get, I think you will be happy with. But if you really want to just spend your Black Friday coins on something that is almost guaranteed to be a winner for you, I think you want to start with the leave-in. It's really nice. Yeah, so that's the Poppin' Pineapple leave-in, even though I just showed you the bottle of the wash. Clearly, I haven't filmed in a while, but you know, cut me a little slack here. I'm sorry. But that one's really nice. I am not going to speak at length about this because I have spoken about Bakura in the past. Plus, I don't think Bakura is going to be open on Black Friday because, if I recall, the notice that she had sent out a couple of months ago when she had that big 50% off sale was because she was going to be closed straight through December to, you know, tend to personal matters. So, but if by chance she is open for Black Friday, which I don't think she will be, this Leche de Bobasu I've spoken about before, but one of my favorite conditioners, do get it. And again, I've reviewed that before, so I'm not going to spend great time on that one. Let's talk about another collection that came out. from Mielle. Mielle. I love that Mielle has great sales. I love that they pump out new products, not as often as the Main Choice, but not far behind. But okay, so I like that. I like trying new things, seeing what's out there. But my hair doesn't always love things that come from the Mielle camp. But I know many people do. But I did pick up this because, as I said, my hair is always super dry. So I did pick up this Moisture RX line from Hawaiian Ginger. So I have the butter, and I didn't get the whole line. I got the gel, the leave-in, which you can see by how much is still left in here, but I did use it more than once, so I'm going to give you a fair review. And this moisturizing overnight conditioner. Let's start with the overnight conditioner. So as I mentioned before in the first video, using an overnight conditioner is tricky because I don't always have the time to actually leave something in overnight. But if it's something that I get in early enough in the day, I can leave it in for the same amount of hours as if I had slept for like the 8 hours. You know what I mean? So this one I didn't actually sleep in, but I left this one in for hours. And then, of course, I've certainly, as I mentioned in the previous video, I've also used it as like a regular kind of mask conditioner after shampooing. Use it right there. Let it just sit a couple of minutes while I'm in the shower and then wash it out. The results were, again, nearly identical. I guess the theme is that these overnight things don't necessarily do it for me, or my hair needs even more than that. Who knows? But this was not great at all, actually. Here's the product. There we go. It's kind of a thick conditioner. I can show you. It was sliding, but sliding slowly. It's one of those. Okay, that's it. Typical conditioner type of consistency. But this thing that says it's like the moisture prescription, right, for your hair. No. This line, we're going to talk about them individually, but I can just give you in general, this Moisture Ginger, Hawaiian Ginger line left my hair feeling dry. So this is for sure pre-poo land. This is relegated to the land of pre-poos. I'm not using this as like my last thing, like my conditioner or my deep conditioner or my overnight conditioner. No, you are a thing that needs to precede what will be my actual conditioner that will condition my hair, because this left my hair dry. Not a fan of it at all. And it has the nerve to be called a moisturizing overnight conditioner. I do like that it's 12 ounces, and I had gotten it during some sale or something she had done. Actually, not this one. This one I purchased through some other website, but I got something else from her, whatever. I got these things at some discounted price, except for this one. I actually paid full price for this one. Again, with these reflective kind of packages, it's kind of difficult to show you the full ingredient. Oh, and once again, it is called me a liar. There we go. So we can see all the ingredients right there. It does have glycerin for those who are glycerin sensitive. Just realize that it is in there, and water being the first ingredient. So there we go. So yeah, basically that. It left my hair feeling dry. It did not leave my hair in a better space than where it was before I used this. So no, it becomes a pre-poo that can just do something, but I'm going to actually wash it out. It just at least allows me to feel like if I mix it with oils, mix it with other things, it can kind of sit in my hair before the real process begins of like shampooing, and then a real conditioner that is going to leave my hair feeling moisturized. So that is not it for me. Following up with a leave-in, very same vein. It didn't. Oh, this one has a label too. So I bought these two actually from a store then. Anywho, this one I see it says $11.99. But it's also a moisturizing leave-in conditioner. I'll show you the consistency. This was another waste. This one, because what can you do with a leave-in? I may just end up leaving this or giving this to someone. The scent is, I don't know what that scent is. It's okay. It doesn't smell like ginger though, because I'm not a fan of ginger, and I don't get the whiff of ginger in here. But it smells like, I don't really know. It's fine though. It's not a bad scent. I'm not offended by the scent at all. Here's the leave-in that I just rubbed on my hand. I can't even say that even though it's sitting on the surface of my hand like it sits on the surface of my hair, because it's not like it sits on the surface of my hair. It does absorb to some degree, certainly not as well as the Soultanicals one or anything like that, but it's not like it sits on top and gives me like this white cast. It doesn't do that. It disappears pretty well. but it doesn't leave me with any more, like it does nothing. Like what, this is one of the things that if I had not tried those 4 leave-ins that I mentioned are really, really good for my hair, I typically had this experience with leave-ins where it's like, why did I buy this? Why did I put it in my hair? It's done nothing to bring me to another level. Hasn't even laid the groundwork for the next product that I'm about to use. Leave-ins are useless. If I had not experienced those 4, this is typical of what I usually experience and why I never cared for leave-ins. But now that I know there are some good leave-ins out there, I know that that one is not it. Then we move on to these are both kind of, well, let's talk about the butter first. Okay, hopefully no hair in it. Okay, good, yay. So it's a thick butter. Holding it like this, it won't slide out. It's a thick butter. Doesn't leave my hair moisture. I mean, this is the same for the whole line, right? So it's almost like I'm a broken record here. But okay, so this feels, turn it over as I just did, and it's not sliding out, but it's creamy. It's really creamy. So just maybe you can see by how easily I'm just, maybe that shows you nothing, but I was gonna say just by how easily I'm like bouncing my finger in and out of it. But yeah, so it's a boom, nice little butter. The consistency feels good. You can almost feel like, it feels like you're going to get moisture. Not as much as what I spoke about in the last video, the Miche Beauty, their butter, where it just feels like, you can feel like the water in it. So not to that degree, but close. But unlike that one, this does less than the Miche one does for me, the Miche butter. This one on a scale of 1 to 10, especially when it dries and like it's finished setting, this one on a scale of 1 to 10 with moisture, this one probably, this whole line actually, this whole line, let me just do that. This whole line when it comes to moisture, except for the gel, because the gel is even worse. It leaves my hair on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most moisturized. I would say this whole line leaves me at a, I'm going to be fair and say a 5. So it's very, very, 4.5, 5. It's very, very basic, run of the mill. It feels like nothing that is geared toward moisture. So if you had told me that this was just a regular product line, not geared toward moisture, just something you could slap in your head, I'd say yeah. The fact that it's all a moisture line makes me feel like I want to give it even more of a downgrade. But in reality, it's at like 4.5, maybe a 5. Not great. The one that goes under the 5 mark for sure is the gel, because while it may give me, but see, here's where I have the problem with it, because it says moisturizing styling gel. If it just said styling gel, I almost would feel like I can't take off too many points because it didn't claim to be moisturizing, but this one does. So that's why I have a problem with it. So yes, does it define my hair? Yeah, the definition was not bad. Here it is right here. But in order to get moisture, I would want to combine it with a gel that maybe over moisturizes, and then this would suck some of the life out of it. And there is another product that I have that sucks life out of my hair, and I use it specifically for that purpose and for the fact that it smells really good. But this scent is just fine, but not anything that impresses me greatly, and it doesn't leave me moisturized, and in fact leaves my hair dry. On a scale of 1 to 10, after using this gel, my hair in terms of moisture feels like it's at a 3.5. Let's say 3.5, maybe a 4. And I get take off. So like when my curls are done, like it'll be defined, but then like lift away. So it doesn't even have the ability to kind of hold it down and in place where it's closer to my head. So it's one of those weird gels. I would definitely need to mix it with other things to finish it. I'm not a fan of this moisture line from, sorry. I'm not a fan of this moisture line at all from Mielle. Not for me. Let's get into, how am I on time? Okay. This is not as much of a rapid fire as I thought, but let's get into Honey's Handmade. Another company that has wonderful sales, Black Friday. And let me just tell you one of my experiences with Honey's Handmade in terms of customer service. I'll be brief. I ordered something from the line before, because at 2 separate occasions I placed orders with Honey's Handmade. So the first time I kind of got the majority of these things, which I'm about to go through in rapid fire for you. I had gotten a product, and I found a product that I definitely wanted to purchase again. So when I placed my next order, I ordered multiple jars of it, but I was actually sent multiples of another item that I only ordered 1 of, and not the multiples of the one that I wanted. It was 2 jars. So I say multiples. I didn't want to make it seem like I ordered 10. I ordered 2 of something that I knew I really liked, and then 1 of everything else, and they sent me 2 of this other thing that I only wanted 1 of. So I just wrote to them, and it comes perfectly sealed and everything. So not just the jar itself, but it has like another plastic label seal on top of it. So I wrote to them immediately and just said, oh, hi, I was supposed to get 2 of this one, but I got 2 of that one, and it's still sealed. So just let me know how you want me to send this back to you, and then you can send me the other one. They were like, no, keep that one. Even though you can see I didn't tamper with it or anything, it was like still sealed. But they let me keep the one that they had doubled and still sent me within that same week. I got the one that I actually did order. So I like customer service like that. Really nice. The owner, just from things that I've seen, online, seems very nice. So great. So I love that. And I was happy to support the brand, though in general, it doesn't really, my hair is not in love with Honey's Handmade, with the exception, I'm going to tell you what I do really like. And this is the one I ordered additional jars of because I got it in the first order, then ordered 2 more jars later on. This cherry almond tapioca co-wash. It's a cleansing cream. It's a co-wash. Nice. And it has as the scent, like you can, when things smell like almonds, so you can smell like that almonds type of scent in it. It's very creamy. If I turn this over, it will definitely all slide out. Just showing you this. Yep. Super creamy, leaves my hair. Now that is something that leaves my hair feeling moisturized and it cleanses. I've had lots of gels and other things in my hair and use this co-wash, and it's actually gotten my hair clean, still feeling moisturized, almost on the verge of one of those items where you're like, do I need to follow it with a moisturizer or anything like that? Because it's really good. So I really do recommend, if you're going to do anything from Honey's Handmade, maybe start with and try the cherry almond tapioca co-wash. I do actually really like this co-wash. So I hope you do too. And now as for the other items, oh boy, the macadamia and avocado salted caramel custard, have lots of that left. I'm just going to first show it to you like this. I have the coconut water leave-in. We'll discuss that. Yeah, they all kind of look like these white creamy products. Not as runny or loose as the co-wash that I just showed you. We can talk separately about this because I had a different experience with that one. Also, we have the pumpkin and kapuasu puree twist butter. Now it's called the twist butter, but look at that, right? Because I was expecting it to look like something different, but it's also on that same white creamy lane. And this is the coffee cocoa curling custard. Okay, so again, a custard, but they all pretty much have a very similar consistency. All of these products, the custards, the twisting butter, the co-wash, all of them go on well in that they go down the length of my hair as I'm preparing to, like for example, the custards, preparing to twist. Feels like it's going to leave my hair really moisturized. But when it dries, it just feels like I need to, especially the next day, after I've been sleeping on it all night. And I wear, of course, the satin bonnet, the whole deal. But when I arise the next day, it really feels like I need to shoot it with some moisture or something. It's just not moisturizing enough for my hair. But I do like the owner. I like how the brand presents. Who knows? I may even buy one of their new products or something else during Black Friday. Definitely, I could see myself getting the co-wash. But in general, their products just didn't work for me. And I mean, I can talk about them individually, but really the experience was the same. Whether it's the coconut water leave-in, it feels good going on, but once it's dried, my hair feels dry. It just certainly needs more moisture than what Honey's Handmade has been able to provide. The same for the coffee custard. And I've used these custards that I've named. Now, of course, I've used the coffee one, which is clear from how much is left in the jar, more than the macadamia one, but still the results were the same in that I use it with leave-ins. I've tried it, especially the coffee one, without a leave-in. I've tried it on top of a moisturizer, and the results are kind of the same. The only time I was able to really get a better result in terms of not only definition but also moisture is when underneath this coffee cocoa curling custard I applied one of my favorite moisturizers of all time, which I'll name them. I'm just mad at the company right now because they were annoying during the spring sale. But let me show you. It's the Camaro's Lavender Spritzer. So I spray this down the length of my hair, and that is a really good moisturizer for me. And I don't mean spray like this, like, no, not that. I mean, I am literally like spraying each section and then twisting it up, and once it's done and dry, my hair just still feels moisturized. So when I use that underneath this is the most life that I was able to get out of this product. But that's really it. I mean, Honey's Handmade was just not a hit for me, but I applaud the company for always coming out with cool names and new products and trying new things. But it just wasn't a line that's for me. The one that I wanted to speak about separately is this cranberry and pineapple curl loading hair mask. I'm not going to say it felt like my curls, and let me just show you. I know I didn't show you the ingredient list on the other ones, but she certainly has a full list on her website. But Babasu, now we're seeing a couple of themes, right? And I do like that she has interesting ingredients. I love that she has pineapple extract listed there and great things like that. But I felt this one not as good as the cherry almond co-wash, but not too far behind. This particular one, once I put, and it's not like it gave me loads of definition and everything, it's just a product that I put on my hair after shampooing. I left it in for, let's say, 2 minutes, maybe 2 minutes, washed it out, and my hair absolutely did feel soft. When it dried, here's why I saw even better benefits, because I dried without putting leave-in or anything on it. I didn't spritz it, just let it air dry, and I twisted it up, and it really did feel bouncy and like it had life. It didn't really have shine, but my hair is not great with reflecting shine, so it wasn't, you know, anything outstanding in that particular area, but it really felt bouncy. It felt soft, and I was able to like separate the twist, and it felt juicy. So I like this product, not as much as the cherry almond co-wash, but it is close behind. It's not far behind at all. So this could be another thing that I potentially pick up. I'm sure she's going to have a fantastic sale, and you know, best wishes to that company. But those are the only two things that really stood out for me. I'm going to show you one other product that I have from her, but this is like when I spoke about, and I think it was the last video. Now I'm getting confused between the videos, but wherever, yeah, it was the last one where I was showing you the Eden Body Works like hair dress, and I said, you know, a grease is kind of a grease is a grease. Same line. If you're looking for a grease, one that works because it does what, you know, hair dresses, hair greases do, is this whipped vanilla butter. I'm going to show you this. This is not a white one. This is one that looks like this. And I was going to show you, did they have the first ingredient on here, as you may guess, shea butter. And it has, you know, different extracts in it. But I'm going to show you. Once I put this on my hand, this is just a little bit of it. Look, you can almost already see breaking down to an oil. So yeah, so if you're looking for the type of product that breaks down to an oil, can give you a measure of shine on your hair, and it just, I can tell you this pumpkin scent is really pronounced in this. So if you're not a fan of pumpkin, as I'm not necessarily a fan of pumpkin, but it doesn't disturb me, but it does linger. So you will smell that scent, you know, the next day. And as long as this product is in your hair, you'll pretty much be smelling it. But it's a grease. So it breaks down to an oil, and it's good. You know, it does what it does. It gives you a measure of shine, and it breaks down to an oil, so you can use it as a sealant if you'd like. And so this is another one if you're into greases or butters that are whipped like this and things that will break down to an oil. This is another one that you could potentially put on your list, and that could be a get this from Honey's Handmade. So that, along with the other two, the pineapple curl loading mask that I showed you, as well as the co-wash, the cherry almond one, those are things that could be a get this from Honey's Handmade. But all the other things that I showed you for me, oh, and I have that Knots butter, which I don't have it right here sitting next to me, but the Knot butter detangler from Honey's Handmade was also a miss for me. So that was another one that it would be a don't get this. But there are at least 3 get this items from Honey's Handmade, so that's good. Another thing that breaks down into a butter, every time I try a butter or as this one is called, a sorbet, or any product from She Sent It that is of the vein of like a butter, I know it's going to be just a really whipped, wow, that has hair in that. Okay, so anything that is a really well whipped butter, they're essentially the same to me in her book. She has a kiwi one. She has a couple of other ones, but they're basically butters that are whipped to like an inch of its life. I mean, they're super airy and they feel like, even though they look thick and you hold them upside down, and this one smells really good. This is from her Tahiti Cocktail line, right? Tahiti Cocktail Buttery Hair Sorbet. Let me see and it's saying you can apply it to damp or dry hair. I typically use it on dry. And here's the ingredient list right there. Boom. Grapeseed oil is actually the first ingredient. We have other oils in here as well. Raw honey. But to me, this is in the same vein of what I just showed you from Honey's Handmade. And I have a little on my finger right here just to show you. But those things that break down, look at that, very quickly to an oil. So it's an oil. And the first thing that you saw was an oil on the ingredient list. So although it's whipped really well, it's called, a buttery sorbet. You can give it any name you want. It is something that, in this case, smells really good. Kind of fruity, I guess, like a fruit cocktail of some sort. But it's going to break down to an oil. So at the end of the day, it breaks down to an oil and can give you a measure of shine. If that's something that you're looking for, then this would be a get this from She Sent It. But it's, it's not so amazing. It's as similar as other hair butters or things that break down to an oil. You know what I mean? So it wasn't amazing in any particular way. If you're looking for amazing from She Sent It, oh, here. here's one. This. And I don't know if I'm going to get it this Black Friday only because I'm stocked up. I'm pretty well stocked on this particular one. But her passion fruit and flax charcoal scalp detox. I did a whole thing on this, but I think it was on IG. It had to have been. Sorry. For those of you who missed that. Buy this. Okay, so this is your shampoo. This is your cleanser. I compared it to the charcoal cleanser from Briogeo. I took them head to head. This one definitely wins. Let me, this one is actually sealed, but I know I finished the other one. So I can open this. And let me show you. This is what it looks like. A thick product. It leaves my hair feeling super soft. Just as I open it right now, I'm getting kind of like a minty scent. Let me see if I can show you, yep, the ingredient list right here, kind of tiny. But this, to me, is probably my favorite. I'm going to go out on a limb here. Yeah, my favorite product of all time from She Sent It. Aloe leaf juice, as you can see, the second ingredient right after water. It has a passion fruit extract really high up on the list. It has different oils in here, but don't at all feel like it's going to leave your hair oily. This is actually a real detox, just as it listed. It has the charcoal, which is almost a little kind of in the middle of this line. So the charcoal, which is supposed to, kind of help to detox and draw out things from your hair. And it does all of that without leaving it feeling stripped and dry. It actually comes out feeling moisturized and soft. I really, really love this. I can easily say one of my favorite hair cleansers. I'm not going to call it a shampoo. I mean, you can, because it detoxifies, it cleanses, it does what a shampoo should be doing for your hair. So yes, I'm going to say if we're classifying this as a cleanser or in the shampoo category or detox category, however you want to define this, because it is technically called a detox, this is one of my faves. So we're getting some best of list items in here, right? So passion fruit and flax charcoal scalp detox, definitely a must-have from She Sent It. I'm gonna go sister brand on you right now because Curl Origin is the sister brand, also kind of all under the same umbrella, same owner from She Sent It, but it's a different line. So Curl Origin has, which I think for the first time I purchased it last Black Friday, this chocolate hydration co-wash. And because of She Sent It, the great Black Friday sales that she has for one company, she typically spreads across all of her brands. This chocolate hydration co-wash I actually purchased because, if I recall, last Black Friday Camille Rose came out with this chocolate hair product, but it was a part of like this whole chocolate like body line. So to get the hair thing, I would have had to get the body stuff with it, which I didn't want. But I was like, okay, Curl Origin has like a chocolate co-wash. So let me try theirs, and I use it, and I love it. This is jar number, I've definitely finished an entire jar already, probably 2. This I think is my last one. As you can see, it's sliding, so it is the type that would slide out of the jar if I allowed it to. As soon as you open up the jar, it almost smells like hot chocolate, right? So it smells like that. If you're into those types of scents, I think you would be happy with it. Again, not as good as the charcoal detox from She Sent It that I just showed you. And this is a co-wash, so it's that detox is meant to be followed up with like a conditioner, hair mask, deep conditioner, one of those things, even though it feels like you don't necessarily have to. But I mean, technically, if we're going by how they suggest that you use the product, you are supposed to follow up with something else. But it feels like you don't have to. I'll just add that. This particular product is your co-wash, right? So it is your everything all in one. You use this one product and you go. Okay, so here's the difference. The SheScentIt Detox that I just showed you is a product that technically is supposed to be followed up with a, conditioner, a deep conditioner, a mask, one of those things. It doesn't feel like you need it after you use it, I will say that. But I mean, as far as cleansers go, they typically tell you to follow up with, whatever, some other product from their line. It doesn't feel like it needs it again, but that's what it claims. This particular one is, or how it suggests you use it. This Curl Origin one, the Chocolate Hydration Co-Wash, is a co-wash, so you use that and you can move on to your next step of your leave-in or moisturizer or whatever. But it absolutely feels like you don't need to follow up with anything else, much like the detox. The detox one leaves it softer and it leaves it silkier feeling than this one, but this one is super close behind, and especially that it's a co-wash, right? So they're two different products, but the feeling that my hair has at the end is very similar, and this is what it looks like. Very creamy and light, and I already told you it smells like cocoa, but my hair just loves the amount of hydration that it gets. Certainly one of my favorite co-washes. So this one and the one that I spoke about in the last video, the Dew, that's another wonderful co-wash. So yeah, these are ones that you may want to for sure make this a get this for Black Friday. So from SheScentIt or any of her other brands, this particular one is from Curl Origin, then yes, check out that chocolate hydration co-wash. And then from the SheScentIt line, definitely that detox, please. Another winner from SheScentIt, definitely a get this, is her Marula Mallow Miracle Melt Mask. Marula Mallow Miracle Melt Mask. And this is another one that just leaves, I have less than half of the jar left, but another creamy conditioner, very similar consistency to some of her other conditioners. I'll show you one that's a different consistency, but they all work in this, most of them for me, work in the same vein of being just really hydrating and creamy and allowing me to get my fingers through my hair. This one in particular is certainly a winner. If I compare it to, okay, so from SheScentIt, I could give you a don't get this, right? So if you're looking for masks, and look at them with similar labels and packaging, right? Like the black rim, but then this kind of pink label. So the one that I would suggest you get is the Marula Mallow Miracle Melt Mask is a get this, because it leaves my hair so soft and moisturized. I mean, it really feels like it's packing it with hydration. The one that I wouldn't recommend and will not purchase again is the Passion Fruit and Flax. So from the same line as the detox one, but I feel like it can't even hold a candle to it, and it's from the same line. The Passion Fruit and Flax Treatment Therapy Hair Mask. This one, I feel like to get anything from it, you definitely need to, as recommended, leave it in your hair for a length of time. This is not one to look, it says leave up to 1 hour for 15 minutes, and then for deeper penetration, leave on for up to 1 hour. So you definitely need at least that 15 minutes to, or close to 15 minutes, to begin to even feel like it's doing anything. I'm not a fan. I've used this more than once, even though it may not look like it. But so in the sense that a little can go a long way, that's maybe a great thing, because it does have some, I'm going to make up a word here, spreadability. Yeah, so I can spread it and it can cover a range on my head, but at the same time, it doesn't leave it feeling special in any way. But the Marula Mallow Miracle Melt Mask is one that, as it says, melts into my hair. It leaves it feeling hydrated. I don't have to leave it on for 15 minutes, and I still get better results than I do for the one that I do leave on for close to 15 or even more than 15 minutes. So yeah, I would say get this one and don't get the Passion Fruit one. That would be my SheScentIt recommendation. Another one, now this is from the Tahiti cocktail line, which overall in general, because I also have the spray from the Tahiti line, it wasn't a magical line for me. Like that butter I showed you just a bit ago, it breaks down to an oil. So that to me feels, it's typical, it's fine, but it wasn't, anything life changing. But I do like their Tahiti Cocktail 4 Butter Moisture Correct Overnight Mask. Now, I have to admit, I did not use this at all overnight. I use this as a typical kind of wash out conditioner, but still with that, even just leaving it on, let's say for 5 minutes, that's probably max of what I've left this on. My hair does feel moisturized. So this could be another get this for you. And it smells, and this one is 8.5 ounces. That same scent like what I described with the butter, like a slightly perfumed version of a fruit scent. So it smells nice and it's really, really creamy. This one feels thicker and heavier though than the Marula one that I just showed you, and also thicker than the passion fruit one. This is definitely the feeling of a heavier product, even though they kind of all look like they're the same, but this one certainly feels heavier upon application, but it does allow me to spread it through my hair really well, and it moisturizes, and when I wash it out, it actually feels like it's leaving the moisture behind. While I am talking about this, let me just show you. Okay, right, so boom, so we have the ingredient list right here, and again, this one can be another get this, but if I had to say between this one and the Marula one, I would go Marula again before I go this one, but I do like it, and it's water as the first ingredient, but infused with pomegranate or pranganat. So it's infused with that, and yeah, nice, and it smells good. It has oils in here too, so it's fine. I'm gonna kind of go cross brands. So also another company owned by the owner of She Sent It, not Curl Origin, not She Sent It, but Sprouted Curlies. I have 4. She actually has 5 conditioners. I only purchased 4 of them. But again, this is another one where I can kind of talk about it in general terms, where this acai and agave superfood mask is one. Then I have the Marula Mint Scalp Care Mask, number 2. The banana one, banana cream moisture rich mask, number 3. And number 4 is the coconut water repairing mask, right? So I have 4. She has 5 in total. I never purchased the 5th one. But all of these, all of them, all 4 that I just showed you, another one that can be considered a get this for Black Friday. You can kind of see where they are. And this one is the mint one. You can kind of smell the mint coming at you. And all 4 of these, I can say, all leave my hair feeling moisturized. I know this feels like very general, but I am trying to make this one the rapid fire video. And of course, paraben, mineral oil free, all that stuff. You shampoo your hair and you wash it out. These all say that, for deeper conditioning, leave on for, up to an hour. So the coconut one says repairs damaged hair. Then we have the Marula Mint one that's saying it's a 3-in-1 treatment. It nourishes dry hair and scalp, balances the scalp, and encourages healthy hair growth. Lots of products say they encourage healthy hair growth, but I guess if it's not ripping the hair out of your head, it encourages it to grow, or at least continue growing. Intensively hydrates dry hair. This is also another 3-in-1 treatment. This is the acai one. And then we have the banana cream moisture rich one, which says that it's infused with bananas. It's a 4-in-1 treatment. It's supposed to restore dry damaged hair, improve hair's texture and shine, hydrates and deeply conditioned. I'm not gonna give it any credit for my hair for shine, because that's something I haven't noted. But in terms of all 4 of these, despite the slight variations in terms of what it claims it will do, they all make my dry hair feel soft and not dry anymore. They all infuse my hair with moisture, and they all make my what was once dry, brittle hair feel like it actually has life. It's soft and moisturized. All 4 of them, despite her making slight differences on the labels between what this one can do versus that one. I think if you get any of these 4, and I just can't vouch for the 5th one because I've never purchased that one, but if you get any of these 4, I think you would be happy. So these from Sprouted Curlies, also a She Sent It brand, under the umbrella of the She Sent It owner. These are all winners. All 4 of these conditioners would be a get this for me. So I was not disappointed at all that I purchased those. Now, if we're comparing it to another kind of I'm not going to say popular, because I don't know that Sprouted Curly is necessarily popular, but if we compare it to another conditioner that kind of hit the market, I believe they hit this year with this particular one. This is from the Main Choice, and this was from their Exotic Kool-Aid. Trust me, I wanted to have this Exotic Kool-Aid line, so when it finally launched on her website, I did pick up everything. And since purchasing that initially, I did go back and get certain items more times, and especially when they were really great sales. So this particular one from the Main Choice, from the Exotic Kool-Aid collection, the scent is just amazing. I mean, she scented this line so well. The only thing in terms of scent that is not like amazing to me is the shampoo, because it's more mint based, so I don't really care, but you know, about the minty scent. But the fruity scents, that everything else from the Exotic Kool-Aid collection, even the hairspray that I have, oh, this right here is right in front of me, the Exotic Kool-Aid spray, which I'll get to in a second because I have a whole nother full bottle of this. I feel like I really just use this sometimes just for scent, but we'll talk about that in a second. Back to the mask. This is the purple one. I've used jars of this already. If you're getting it on sale, which for Black Friday you definitely will, from the Main Choice, I say give it a try. It leaves my hair feeling nice, but not, it doesn't beat the Marula Mallow mask from She Scented. So this is a time where you may need to consider how your buck can really stretch, especially if that's something you're concerned with for Black Friday. You don't want to overspend, but you want to get enough product for, you know, as much money as you're able to spend. So if you are paying on Black Friday, let's say like $7 for this, but you're only getting, this is a what? 8-ounce jar versus a 12-ounce jar from She Scented. And even if you are paying, like, let's say $8 or $9, maybe it's worth it to get those additional ounces, especially for something that was going to work really, really well, as opposed to getting something that will not work as well, but it's good. I'm not saying this is bad. That's why I've purchased more of it when on sale. I would not get this full price. So maybe that's how we can, you know, what is worthy of a full price purchase. This one is not for me. It leaves me feeling moisturized and it smells amazing. So I love that. But because it doesn't do what the Marula Mallow moisture, you know, all the M's mask that I just showed you from She Scented, that one performs better than this one. So I would more so get the She Scented one full price before I get this one for full price, even though I love the scent of this one far more. But it leaves my hair feeling moisturized, let's say an 8, 7.5, 8. So that's fine. I know there are sometimes when you're probably listening to me and you're like, why is this 7.5 okay here but not okay there? I mean, it's good, because there are other things with this too, in that it's creamy. Even though it's 8 ounces only, it does allow me to use this multiple times. I didn't go through this jar as quickly as I thought it would. It's a thick one, so that's nice. And the scent is a part of the hair care showering experience for me, and I love this scent. But in terms of performance, it's not better than the Marula one from She Scented. So I would say that would be a get that, and don't get the Main Choice one, but you can get it if the price is right, which I'm sure it will be for Black Friday. And because it's not a bad one. It's certainly not a bad one at all. So maybe even I can up that to an 8. I can up that to an 8. Let's say an 8. That's an 8. I can give it an 8. That's fair and fine. Yeah, and it's a conditioner, because it doesn't leave my hair dry or anything. It does leave it feeling moisturized. It's just that the She Scented one is some, you know, levels above it. Yeah. Also from the Kool-Aid, Exotic Kool-Aid line, I have the Sweet Papaya and Pineapple conditioner. This one, and this is the one that she claims can be used, what, 4 ways, I think, like as a co-wash, a leave-in, did she say pre-poo? Yep, a pre-poo, a co-wash, and a leave-in. So 3 ways. Oh, and a washout conditioner. So yeah, it is 4 ways. It smells amazing. It doesn't necessarily smell like pineapple, but something fruity. Yeah, something fruity. Whatever that fruity something is, it smells great. I really, really like it. Here's where I was upset. So I've used it as a co-wash. I've used it as a pre-poo. I've used it as a conditioner. And I've used it as a leave-in. As a leave-in, I feel like this absolutely does not leave my hair feeling moisturized. And I was disappointed because it smells so good that I would want this type of scent to linger in my hair. But nope, my hair felt dry afterwards. So this is not it for me as an actual leave-in. Now, also from the Main Choice, I got this Caution 4-way conditioner. Now, this one smells like a lemon scented household cleaning agent, but this one also can be used as a co-wash and also can be used as a leave-in. This one I feel left my hair a bit more moisturized than the Exotic Kool-Aid one as a leave-in, but because that lingering scent of like lemon household detergent, which I like it. It's like walking into a home that smells like, you know, that Fabuloso scent. It smells good, but do I necessarily want my hair to smell like that? So, and in the same vein, this particular one does better as a leave-in for me. Surprisingly, though, it does not do as well as a washout co-wash or conditioner, because it leaves my hair feeling dry. But when I wash it out, but when I just leave the product in, it feels fine. And then I'm able, as a leave-in, and then I'm able to put other products on top of it and, you know, go about my day. But I'm not going to, this is not a get this. Long story short, I'm not repurchasing this. So I'm up to here. I definitely could have finished this already. It's just because I wanted to save some of it to show you. But the one that I have purchased multiple times is this one, because conversely now, the flip side, even though it doesn't do well in my hair as a leave-in, even though I'm sad about that because it smells so good, as a wash out, it's fine. It's not like the most amazing one. I can leave it at, like, in terms of softness, at a 7.5. So it's not the most amazing one, but it does the job. It leaves me with some measure of softness, and especially if I'm leaving it, using it as a co-wash and or as a co-wash or a pre-poo. It's not like the main thing that's going to be in my hair. There is, you know, a co-wash. It's not the main thing that I'm doing at the end of my week. This is probably like a thing where I came from the gym and I'm just going to do a quick co-wash. Definitely doesn't come close to the Curl Origin co-wash, the chocolate one that I showed you before. Not even in the same category. But if this is just a quick, I'm coming from the gym, I want to do a co-wash, it's fine. Leaving my hair at a 7, because later in the week I know I'm going to do an actual conditioner and something that is really going to leave my hair feeling hydrated for a longer period of time. But this is fine, and I have purchased multiples of this because, again, that quick coming from the gym, want to put it in my hair, wash it out, smells good kind of thing is, you know, it's fine, and that scent will draw me back. Now this is the mint exotic, it's called what, it's so shiny, the minty and guava and kiwi shampoo. It smells more minty than anything else, so forget the kiwi. Take that out of your head. It just smells like mint, right? So it comes with this nozzle, and that would have been fine if this had been marketed as a product like, oh, apply it to your scalp. You know, even if the directions said, you know how to use shampoo, so you're probably not even going to look at the directions. But if you did look at the directions, you'll see that it says like, oh, squeeze all over your hair and everything. Then why is it in this nozzle? Because when I think of nozzle, I think of something that is coming with a purpose, right? And like this, Girl Plus Hair. Girl Plus Hair is specifically, and I like this brand, by the way, and I very much so like this shampoo. So, and I've spoken about this in previous videos, so I'm not going to go at length about this. But this is definitely a get this. It's now actually sold in Target. So yay for them. I have another product from Girl Plus Hair that I can share with you later, but this product is for like when you can use it any way you want, but they have the nozzle because when you have hair braids in or some sort of protective style or whatever, you can still get this nozzle, go down the length of your hair through your scalp, apply it there, kind of rub it in, and then wash your hair, right? So this nozzle has a purpose. This one just feels like you just put a nozzle on it because nozzles seem to be the thing to do, which of course you can still use it to just squeeze it down and put it on your scalp and wash it out, yes. But I was like, why'd you put a nozzle in it when it could have had any other covering as your other typical ones, especially when the directions don't even speak of, if I am correct, it doesn't even mention the scalp. Yeah, it doesn't. Right. It says squeeze it into the palm of your hand and massage. It does use the word scalp, but it says squeeze it into the palm of your hand and massage through scalp and hair. Okay, so why did it need this type of nozzle? Anyway, whatever. That's a packaging thing. We're not going to stick on it. How does this particular product work? It cleanses my hair, but I do not like it because it clumps it, but it's not leaving me with the moisture where I feel like I can detach. Let me put it like this. Don't put your fingers through it. Don't try to like finger detangle. I feel like it's going to rip every strand of hair out of my head. No, this feels like it should say it's a clarifying product to me, and like a harsh one at that. Not in terms of leaving the length of my hair dry and feeling really brittle, but just the fact that it's so resistant to allowing me to detangle that's where you could get into ripping. You just have to be really careful when you use this. I'm not a fan of this one. After I'm done with it, I'm certainly not purchasing it again. So that would be a don't get this, but get this, because this one I feel like not only is the nozzle purposeful, but it allows me to kind of get through my hair. Of course, it suds out really, really well, but also it allows me to get my fingers through it and actually detangle and separate, and it leaves my hair feeling moisturized. This one gives me a tingle. I believe, if I recall, because I haven't used this one recently, but I believe they both tingle your scalp. So if you're a person who's not into tingles, may not be for you, but Girl Plus Hair I really do like. And this is 10.1 fluid ounce, and this is 8. So even another reason to go the Girl Plus Hair route. Oh, another cleanser, since I was just talking about cleansers, the Sprout Rice Vitamin Butter Shampoo from Soultanicals. Do like this. Now, if I'm comparing it to the detox one from She Sent It, that would be a get this over this one. But I do like this jarred butter shampoo. It almost looks like it's a conditioner that you're using. I know it came red like this because the previous jars that I had, because this isn't the first time I purchased it, they were white. Tell me what color yours is. I'm just curious. But all of the, and it's not like they're old and have been sitting around, but all the ones that I purchased from that second haul, they were all red, or this color. Whereas my original batch, it was like just white. But I mean, it works just the same in terms of performance, so I don't care. It was fine. But that's another get this shampoo, but just not as good as the detox one from She Sent It. But if you want to get something from Soultanicals, that's another way to go, that rice butter shampoo. Another thing, if you're into slick backs, you want to do a ponytail and you want that wave formation to come out and to just kind of freeze in place, this Frozen Drip and Grip Super Hold Gel from Soultanicals. There was something I think I did it on Instagram, like a test of something. Was it this? What did I do? I don't remember, but it is, I'm going to put some on my finger right here. It's super, it's a nice thick one. Let me do it like this. Look, I'm holding the lid. That's almost like a Crazy Glue commercial, right? Boom, because the weight of the lid, of course, is heavier, but you see how it just kind of, and that's not even it drying on my finger or on my hair or anything. It's a nice one. I like this if you want a firm holes and you don't mind like a little cast or anything being there, because you will get that from this particular product. Let's talk conditioners. I'm sorry, this is life. I just don't want to be here forever with you because I know you all have things to do. So let me hit up some of the other products you may feel are important. If I've never spoken to you about Unicurl's deep conditioner on camera, buy it. And she is releasing 2 new products for Black Friday. Now I don't even know if I'm going to buy this conditioner during Black Friday, only because I have a supply, so I may be good. But this is a really nice one. I don't necessarily want to give it, I can say best of list status. It's on the list as one of the best deep conditioners. I'm not going to say it has the #1 spot. I want to do a couple more things and whatever, but this is on the list as one of the best deep conditioners I've tried for sure. Ashkin Curls also has a review on that, so you can check it out for, the full scale nitty gritty. Here's the ingredient list, also a tiny one, but yeah, it really just allows me to get through tangles, cuts like butter. Even if you leave this in your hair, let's say 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, it just glides. I really like it. And I have come out of the shower with this, as I think I may have said on like Instagram or something, come out of the shower, dried my hair, allowed it to air dry, didn't put in leave-in, didn't put in moisturizer, didn't spritz it, nothing. Twisted up my hair because, again, my hair was still in a state where I could part it with my fingers or comb and get through it. That does not always happen with products. Twisted it up and my hair still felt moisturized. I was like, ooh, even when it dried, it felt like, ooh, okay, this still has moisture in it. Like, what is this product? Now, it's not the whole go to work the next day and come home and still feel like it's going to be moisturized with absolutely nothing on my hair, especially not my super dry hair. I need something, but I'm saying this can carry me a long way with just this on its own, and that is impressive. And the way it works on my hair every single time, that's one to get. She also released this year the Unicurl Curl Forming Custard. This is what I'm going to say about this custard. This one has a minty scent. Some of her products, like the Unicurl, and I know I spoke about this one before, the Unicurl 4-in-1 Supreme Moisture Leave-In Detangler. This one has that kind of lemon cakey scent, like this delicious lemony scent. And I know I spoke about this one at videos in the previous time, so I'm not going to go at length about this. This one, however, smells minty. This is definitely on the minty realm, and I know it looks like I haven't used a lot, but I've definitely used this product before, like at the, you know how I do that bang look to the side. Even as I close the jar, I can still smell the mint. It leaves my hair defined. Definitely have the definition. It's not my favorite only because it has a little, I'm not going to say it has crunch to the point where it's disturbing. It's not. It just has more than what I'm typically used to, because I have some other gels here and things that I use for the definition that I'm going to tell you will leave my hair having less crunch than this. But this is not some super crunchy thing. On a crunch scale of 1 to 10, I would say this crunch level is probably at a 4. So it's definitely better than most. If most leave me, let's say middle of the road is going to be a level 5 crunch, this is under that, right? So it's not as crunchy for sure. It's not even middle of the lane crunchy. It's less crunchy than most things. It's just that it was nice. I just wasn't blown away by it. That's it. But it's not a bad product, but it's just, you know, it's not something I'm going to repurchase for Black Friday. I already know that. Let me tell you about this one now that we're on the custers and curl definition in this. I feel like this almost needs to be its own video, because, and ignore the TGIN, this label on top, Honey Miracle Mask, because when I ordered them from Ulta, they came the wrong way. It has the right label here, but the wrong label up top. This is actually the TGIN, and this was released this year, the Honey Curls Custard. Beautiful definition. Leaves you with almost zero cast, almost, right? So there are a few things that I have in my collection that do almost a zero cast. This is one of them. But let me tell you, buyer beware. Do not pair this with anything. Do not pair this with anything. At best, you can have water in your hair. That's fine. Don't put anything else. Please, maybe you can get away with a spritzer, like their spritzer, something that's clear and water. Don't put it with a leave-in. Don't put it with cream, because what it left in my hair every single time. At first I thought, oh, maybe it was just a combination of these products it doesn't like. And then I tried I said, maybe it's this with this product. No, it did it with every single product that wasn't a water-based, like kind of liquid spray like this. And here's what it did. It left these balls in my hair. Not the kind of balls that you could like just flick out, but like gummy, I'm trying to stick to your hair for life things. Like I literally had to wash my hair again. And it wasn't the thing that came out quickly. Like, oh, okay, I'm in the shower now, I'm using a shampoo. It came out. It was the thing like I had to shampoo multiple times to get it out. But if you use this on its own as a custard with just like maybe water underneath or a spray like this, it's lovely. It's lovely, which is why I do have multiple jars of this. I've already finished at least, I think, 2 jars of it. You just have to know how to use it and to use it on its own. This needs to be isolated. It does not play well with others. I'll put that out there. And maybe that alone is worth you saying, oh, I don't want to get it, or you will try it. Who knows? But just beware that it does not play well with other things. But the other thing I noticed is, let's say I just have this in my hair and it's all like almost zero cast and it gives me definition and it looks good. The next day I use it, the more, because let's say I want to refresh it before going to work and I put more on. Again, not adding anything to it, no leave-ins or anything, just this. The more moisturized it gets, the more I keep layering it on day after day, and it is a nice product. It does give me nice definition. I like that I don't have a cast, so all of that is great. Just know that it's not to be played with. Don't mix it with other things or you will be washing your hair forever. The other thing, now Unicurl did announce that they're going to release not only new products for Black Friday, but something is going to be released in a different size, a new size. So either really popular leave-in moisturizer is going to come in a bigger size, who knows, or maybe the conditioner, deep conditioner that I showed you and that I love is going to come in a bigger size, or hopefully, because this little 4-ounce leave-in spray from Unicurl is nice because you spray this on your hair, it definitely allows me to detangle beautifully. Probably one of the best detanglers I've used. Detanglers, I'm keeping it very strictly in that category. I know this is technically called a daily moisturizing leave-in, but I primarily use it as a detangler. One of the best detanglers that I've ever used. I think that's fair to say. Okay, but it's only 4 ounces. I got this on, let's say, a Friday. I had washed my hair that day, used it that Friday, used it again Saturday, or however it was. I had used it like within the weekend, from the Friday to the Saturday, and I was already way past the halfway mark. So I use way too much product for my hair, because I'm going to show you another thing. Look how this, sorry, that was just loud. Look how it sprays out. It's one of those direct hits. Boom, boom. It's just sliding down because it's a runny one. But imagine doing that all your hair, all over your hair. You would just get like direct spurts, direct hits in certain areas. No, to detangle, I need to then spray it down the length of my hair, which is why you go through, or at least I went through so much product so quickly. So if she leaves it at this size, no, I will not be repurchasing this, because I have, even though I said it's one of the best detanglers, I have other things that work as really great detanglers. So I don't need to invest in something that's only 4 ounces. No. And it's pretty much close to in price of something else that works almost identically, but I get more product. So no. But it works as a really nice detangler. If you're into oils, this Mane Choice Exotic Kool-Aid, I do have another whole full bottle of this. I'm down really toward the bottom of this one. It is an oil. Look at that. All right, so almost a direct hit with this one too. Streams down my hand. Don't do it when you have on white clothes or something like that, because it is clearly an orange. It's a colored oil, right? So it will stain your clothes in that color. So just be mindful of that. But it leaves it shiny. It smells amazing. The scent definitely lingers. It's an oil, so you know, whatever you use oils for, this is geared toward hair, but it smells really, really good. It smells like this is from her Exotic Kool-Aid collection, so this is like some fruity type of scent, but it smells great. I love putting it on my hair. I don't use it daily or anything like that, because it can definitely go across a number of days where you don't have to use it daily. So that's great. I'm sorry, I'm looking over here because I just want to make sure. Oh, yes. Yes. Almost left without talking to you about this, which we have to discuss this. Okay. Some gels from the Mane Choice, because if anything from the Mane Choice, I'm getting gels, but very specifically 2 gels. And it's not this. Okay, so this is the, don't get this, from the Mane Choice. This is the one from her Proceed with Caution line. It's split into 2 chambers. One side was like, this was like that, nope, reverse in the camera. This one, which is pretty much empty, is the hair gel side. The other one is like an edge control. I found this edge control to be super, super sticky and gooey, but not as firming as I need it to be if I'm going to be using it as an edge control. It was okay, but if I'm going to be doing a sticky, gooey edge control or something for like my size, I need it to actually stay down, in which case for the Mane Choice I would go with this, which is just a singular product. I wouldn't use this down the length of my hair, but more specifically just for like size and edges. It also is gooey. All right, this is from their 4-leaf clover collection. So it's also a gooey one, but it actually gives you some firm hold. This is the product. So it is gooey in nature as well, but certainly more effective than the gooey one from the Proceed with Caution line. And unfortunately, I have a whole nother jar to get through. But, you know, it's okay. You live and you learn. The next thing, now this gel, one of my favorite gels of all time. Now, it is not perfect because it is sticky, it is gooey, but this Cheers Gelato hair gel from the Mane Choice. So before the creation of this Gelato Cheers gel, I probably would have told you from the Mane Choice that my favorite gel was the Do It Fro the Culture, their bold buttery gel. It's the one that's all black, and if I turn this over, it'll definitely come out. Now, same thing in that it's a sticky, kind of gooey gel, but leaves my hair with lots of definition, and I can get some shine off of this, which I mentioned before, that's kind of hard for my hair to show shine. But what surpassed it is actually this Cheers Gelato one. I have backups of this. I will probably get, because I've been getting, these are how many ounce jars? These are 12-ounce jars. I've been getting them during the sale, so I'm paying like $7 for it. So that is not bad for these 12-ounce products. And I know because I go through, I've already, oops, I don't want that to spill over, but as you can see, it's not much left in here. So I can go through gels pretty quickly. So this is a good time of year to actually make the purchase of these gelato gels. So although it's super sticky, like the Do It For The Throat one, all right, so same kind of, ooh, yep, it's sticky. It can almost leave my hair feeling too sticky. So to balance that out, and the scent of it, oh, one thing I have to say about the Cheers line is that people think of this as like, of course, the beer line, right? Cheers, because they're saying how beer can help your hair or whatever they're saying. But this Cheers line, hops is on the ingredient list, and it's like the third thing there. Not only for this, but also for the conditioner. I do like the conditioner too, because I feel like the shampoo version from the Cheers line, I know it feels like I'm skipping all around, but I'm probably going to end it after here. I just need to show you one other thing. The Cheers conditioner is a good one. This is also from the Main Choice, of course. And after using the shampoo makes it feel kind of dry, and this one brings moisture back to my hair and allows me to get my fingers through it. So I do like and have 2 bottles of that already. The Cheers conditioner, it's nice. Not my favorite conditioner in the world, but it's good. And if you're getting it at a good price for this large size bottle that she sold, which was 12 ounces, then I'm certainly not mad at it, and I'll go ahead and get it. But looking at the Cheers gelato gel, this particular one is they all have hops, like the third and line, and so yes, that's your element of like the beer or what's used in beer production and all that, right? So it has it close up to the top of the list. But in terms of performance, this leaves my hair with the I have it in my hair right now. My hair is totally dry. Can you see this right here? This is not the light. As shiny as it looks right now, that's how it looks in person. That is not the light. Every time I have this in, people are like, oh, your hair, what, do you have a grease? Do you have a oil? What shine? Oh, what's giving it that shine? It's this. This gives me shine. When it is hard for my hair to retain kind of like, or reflect light and have that shine, this does it, right? So this does it. Always leaves me with definition. But as I mentioned, if anything, the only drawback, and it leaves me feeling like it never feels like hard. It really feels like more sticky, and it does feel like it has a level of moisture in it, because my hair does not, and I let it air dry. I don't do any sitting under the dryer stuff, right? So my hair dries and it feels moist, but it also feels sticky. And sometimes I don't want it to feel super gooey and sticky, especially if during the week I'm going to be refreshing and putting more of it on. I don't want it to just get stickier and stickier and stickier. So there is a product from the Main Choice which I use to combat the level of stickiness and just kind of balance out the level of stickiness that I have in my hair. And it's the one that literally smells to me, this is the best scented gel from the Main Choice, hands down. But it dries my hair out horribly on its own. But when I compare or combine it with this super sticky gelato, it just brings complete balance to where I have the amazing scent of this one from the Exotic Kool-Aid collection, but it's not allowed to dry out my hair because this one has so much stickiness to it. And I know you're saying like, oh, you're spending $14 on each one. No, remember, I'm getting it during sale time. So I'm spending like what, $6 and $7, or sometimes if they're, depending on the sale, let's say they're both $7. So $14 if you say, like, for some gels cost $14 for one jar. But because this scent is so amazing, I feel like I was gonna keep buying this anyway. So I'm terrible when it comes to scents, but this smells so good. Again, a kind of fruit. I can't tell you exactly what fruit it smells like, but some fruity scent. It's beautiful. It lingers. It just sticks with you. I really enjoy it. And because it's used so easily, and this is a really soft gel, right? So this one gives me definition and everything on its own too, but it just, it leaves my hair dry. I don't know about anybody else out there, but it leaves it super dry. But to combat the level of stickiness, so I'm basically paying, let's say $7 or $6 sometimes for this one, but 7 and 7, so 14. Sometimes you can get the gel itself is 14, but I'm getting 2 essentially for that price and using them, together to achieve the feeling that I want in terms of it not being too sticky and not being too dry. So this helps me balance out the feeling of the stickiness, but this alone gives me the shine, gives me the definition. This one gives me definition too, but beautiful, beautiful gel. I'm definitely getting more of this for Black Friday. I have some backups already of this because remember, this is just used as a balancer. So I can't say that I haven't used this product on its own, but or that it can't be used on its own, because remember, the fact that I know that it makes my hair extra dry, I can use like a really good moisturizer or something like that was the Camille Rose Lavender Spritzer, use that underneath, really make sure that's super moisturized hair, then go in with this, because then that too will help to balance it. So it can be used outside of just pairing it with that other gel, but I typically use this as a balancer, so I'm not super sticky, because this is going to absorb some of that stickiness and moisture and trying to make it dry. So if I'm over moisturized and over sticky, this will say, oh no, I can suck the life out of you, but it smells super good too. Yeah. So I'm going to leave it right here. There are a couple of companies that I've been eyeing, like, what is it? Chocolate Curls and Kinks. I've never tried their clay washes, but I see that it looks like they're having a sale right now, but I looked at the price and I was like, not sure. But if you've tried that product, please let me know. I'm certainly not going crazy on Black Friday. I'm just going to pull up and just tell you very quickly some of the things that are on my list. And again, if there are other things that I haven't mentioned that you know that I purchased, or you want to ask me if I purchased, let me know if you want my thoughts on it, because then I can certainly do something on Instagram and maybe tell you about it before Black Friday. But I do want to get these 2 segments of the videos up. I'm just going to say, initially I had a very short Black Friday list. That list has grown, if you can see that, but many things have question marks, so I probably won't get everything on this list. I'm sure that I won't. A couple of things. The Puff Cuff, which I have already and I've used in the past, and I've shown you that and we've discussed it, but they came out this year with a clear version, so why not? I can do that. Plus one of my smaller ones broke, so I can repurchase that, even though I still have one, but I can get another one. Kenya Moore hair care was on the list, only because I want to see if Sally's will have a really good sale. If so, maybe I'll try it. But look, I don't know. I've seen some good reviews where people are saying that their hair feels really strong and nice after using it just even one time. So potentially, but I don't know. That also has a question mark next to it. That's definitely not something I absolutely have to have. Baskin Bloom came out with a watermelon edge control. I'm not a fan of watermelon, but that Miche one, if they even did a scent like that, sometimes I can take watermelon in that way. So I'm just curious about edge control. So that one I may get from Baskin Bloom, but it's just the watermelon edge control. The Main Choice, the gels, I've already expressed that. I'm going to get those. The Naturally Curl Club, the avocado company, where you have to put it like in the refrigerator or something. I think I'm going to try that for the first time ever. Those are kind of like the things that I definitely want. The Dew Edge Control, the Main Choice gels, and the Naturally Curl Club. Those are like the main ones, because the curls, pineapple leave-in, I have enough of that, so I should be good. Soultanicals is coming out with a new twist butter. I may try that just because her sales are so good anyway. But I already have her Frizz Whiz leave-in. The other stuff is just based on sales, how the sales do. We'll see. But please do tell me what is on your Black Friday list. I definitely know I must be leaving some stuff out, but it's just a lot. Let me just show you their oil. Another one that I do like for my scalp. I'm going to put it here and look how it just runs down, right? Okay. And then we're going to look at the Girl Plus Hair Under Hair Care. Theirs is a little thicker. Look at that. See how it almost doesn't, oh, sorry. Almost didn't want to come out the spout yet, right? Just hanging, right? So this is the Unicurl one, which is already running, and you see the Girl Plus Hair one is thicker, but you put that on your scalp and you can kind of rub it in and it feels good and nice. The first ingredient for the Girl Plus Hair one is sunflower seed oil, and the first one for Unicurl is soybean oil. But essentially their scalp oils, but as you can see, this one, because also the Girl Plus Hair one, I'm pretty sure that one had castor oil, and yes, it does, castor seed oil, right? So this is the thicker one from Girl Plus Hair, right? But it does absorb well into the hair. And this is the Unicurl one, which is certainly much lighter. So if you're looking for something of a lighter variety, certainly go with the Unicurl one. But if you don't mind a slightly thicker one that you may have to kind of rub in a little bit to your hair, then you can go with the Girl Plus Hair one. Another thing that I like for the scalp is Miel's oil. I've been through a couple of jars of this. I don't want to say like I've seen results or necessarily feel something, but I feel like it encourages scalp health. I feel like my scalp, I'm not going to give it a hair growth claim or anything, but I feel like it has moisturized my scalp and given it life. right? So it keeps it like fertile ground to allow my hair to not be disrupted from the root. So that's another thing. There is this new oil from Camille Rose that, you know, people wore. I think it's called like Rejuva Drops or something, and people were raving about it and they say it smells so good. So I don't know. Camille Rose just annoyed me from the spring sale and some things that happened, but it's not her specifically. I just think like the team, like they had issues, but I would like to see what the sale is at the very least. We'll see how that goes, but please, please, please let me know what is on your Black Friday list. I am super excited and interested. And again, I don't plan on spending much. I'm also going to go based on sales too, sales and how well something works. So although I have to say this is one of my favorite moisturizers of all time from Camille Rose, the Lavender Spritzer, which I was saying to myself before this video, I wasn't even going to mention CR in this video, but whatever. So although I may have a leave-in or a spritzer that I think works really well, so does this Mielle one, maybe not to the same degree, but her sales are really good. So if I can pick this up for like, let's say, what did she have last time or something crazy? I feel like it was like $4 or $3, and I can get a bunch of these that will come as close to, or you know, close enough to another product that works well, but their sale is not as great, then I'll go that way, certainly. So I just plan on being mindful and aware and not just being caught up by the, oh, you're having a sale. Good for you. Most of these companies will have sales year round. So, you know, don't beat yourself up if you don't get the new whatever's in town. Your hair will thrive. You will still be alive. You'll be fine. There will be other sales. So, yeah, but happy shopping for Black Friday. And please, please, please let me know what's on your list, because I am very interested. You know, I'm just perusing the list and we'll see if mine grows. All right, so I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching, for subscribing, and still tuning in. I appreciate you. Bye.